Okay, resizing DPIs for competition and recording them as an action. Okay. Okay, the reason we do this is so that our images fit to the screen, and this is the projector, and the laptop is set up so that across the top we've got 1400 pixels across and 1050 along that edge. Okay, so if we're going to have a if you want to utilize the full area of the screen, and that's what you need to resize your image at. But of course not all images are that size. For instance, you might have a letterbox panorama, so there's your image. In this case that's going to be 1400 because you want to use the full width, but this is going to be whatever it is, could be 600, whatever. Okay, and if you're going to do a portrait, it would fill this area of the screen. Now the full height would be 1050. This here would be less than 1050, whatever you've got to set at, say 600 again. Okay, and finally, if you had a square image, it would be 1050 high, and because it's square, it'd be 1050 across there as well. Okay. Back into Lightroom now, and we're going to start with a landscape image. As you can see, this is 5060 by 3373, and if we just look across there, we see it's okay. Edit in Photoshop. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we're going to capture this as an action. Okay, so we go Window, Actions, and that opens up that dialog there, and we go to this icon, which is Create New Action. Click that. We're going to call this Landscape. And we're going to assign it to a key, and we're going to use the F5 key and start recording. As you can see, the red button comes on, show a recording. Everything we now do will be captured as part of the recording. Now then, I didn't uncheck this this lock because it's a background layer, okay, and it's important that you don't do that until you start the recording, so that is captured as part of your recording. So we uncheck that. We go to Image, Image Size, and we select the width to 1400 because we want to get it right across the screen. You'll note, sorry, before we do that, we're going to change our resolution to 300, which is the maximum you allow in competitions. Okay, and we're going to choose resample, and we're going to go for bicubic sharper. Okay, and that's because we're resampling from 240 to 300. Okay, so as I said, we set our width now to 1400. Our height automatically sets at 933 because that's what I cropped it at, and we click OK, and that's it resized. Let's make it a bit bigger so we can see it, and then we go to Edit, and now we're going to put a border on it, so we click the stroke, select 2 pixels, and we're going to select the color white. Don't have to set it at 2 pixels, it's just what I prefer. It just puts like a nice thin border on the edge there, and that's it. So we stop the recording now, and that's your image ready to save, which you save as a JPEG. And to do that, just go Edit, sorry, File, Save As, and then select JPEG, and wherever you want to send it, you click save and set that to maximum. Okay. Right, just to prove that's worked, close that, go back into Lightroom, open it back up again into Photoshop, and we just click the F5 button, and there we go, it's done. It's ready to export. We need to do exactly the same thing now for portrait and square, which can both be captured under the same action. So back into here, we'll find a portrait image, edited Photoshop, exactly as before, and start the action. So click over that icon there, create new action, and we're going to call this portrait. We're going to assign it to the F6 key this time. Take the shift off, we don't want that one, or the control. Oops, why isn't it doing that? Let's try a different button. I think I've got something already assigned to that, so let's try F7. Take it off. Record. Okay. So now we're recording, and once again, first thing we do is uncheck the lock, image size, change our resolution by cubic sharper, and we set our height this time, not our width, to 1050. You need to make sure that this lock is on, but it usually will be, so that what happens is if you change the height, the width automatically stays the same aspect. Okay, so make sure that lock is on. It's on by default anyway, and then we click OK. That resizes it, and then if we go to edit, stroke, it's all set as before. Click OK, and that's it. And then we go stop recording, and that's it. Now, just to show that this works for a square image now, delete that, and we'll open up this one. Okay, and if we look at the size of this image size, we've got 3055 by 3055. We're just going to hit our F7 key, and that's it, done. And that's it. Then again, that's ready to export as a JPEG now, and that's all you need to do to resize your images.